In this video, I'm going to give you a full overview of non-immigrant interview waivers, as well as a little bit of a snapshot into immigrant interview waivers, what to expect in the next couple of months. So if you're interested, I'll see you on the other side. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Immigration Channel. This is the place where you get the most up-to-date immigration news, immigration updates, and everything else that you need to make your immigration journey less stressful. My name is Jacob Sapochnick, and I'm an immigration attorney based in San Diego, California, and I help clients in all 50 states. So let's talk about interview waivers. This is a question that I'm getting a lot, people asking in the comments, in private messages, so I wanted to make a special video to talk about interview waivers. Before we jump in, if you're here for the first time, make sure to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us a big like so YouTube can recommend this video to more people just like you. As part of the application process for a visa to the United States, an applicant must go through an in-person interview at the U.S. Embassy or consulate overseas. The purpose of the interview is for the consulate officer to be able to determine if you qualify for the visa that you're applying for. And traditionally, consulate officers believed that an in-person interview is essential so they can determine if a person is really genuine and meet the requirements of the visa they're applying for. But recently, specifically since the pandemic started, it's imperative for consulates and embassies to waive these interviews so they can free up some time from the officers to be able to interview other people that actually need an interview, and waive the interview for those applicants that may qualify for an interview waiver. The interview waiver is a convenient way for some applicants, specifically those applying for certain non-immigrant visas, to avoid an in-person interview and just mail their documents and get their visas back to them without actually showing up in person. Recently, interview waivers are available for immigrant and non-immigrant visa applicants. So who is eligible for an interview waiver? So through December 31st, 2022, you may qualify for an interview waiver if you meet some of the following requirements. You're an applicant for an F visa, H1, H3, H4 visa, J visa, L visa, M visa, O visa, and finally the P visa. And previously, you were already issued a similar visa. Second, you're an applicant that is coming from a country that is subject to the ESTA program, and you previously already had an ESTA application approved. You may not need an interview as well. Third, applicants for H2 visas, H2A, H2B, those have already held those kind of visas and are going for renewals, may not need an in-person interview anymore. Very important point, you're applying for the visa at the consulate where your original visa was issued. So you're applying at your home country, you're not applying at a third country. It's really important because that's one of the requirements for an interview waiver. Finally, you were not previously refused any visa in any category. Any person that was ever refused a visa may not qualify for an interview waiver at the moment. You may also qualify for an interview waiver if, again, as I mentioned before, you apply at your usual consulate, you're not applying at a different consulate. You were previously issued a visa in the same classification and now you're applying for a renewal. Your previous visa does not have an annotation. One of these annotations is something like clearance received or department authorization. Some people get visas under certain conditions. If you don't have any of these conditions stamped in your passport, you will also qualify for an interview waiver. The most recent visa that was issued to you in the same classification was issued to you after you turned 14. Also, the visa that was previously issued to you is still valid in the past 48 months. And the most recent visa that you received and you're about to renew was not lost or stolen. If your visa was lost or stolen, your passport was damaged, you have to appear for an in-person interview again. Finally, you will never previously refuse any visa. Any refusal will eliminate the opportunity for you to get an interview waiver. If you're an immigrant person trying to apply for an immigrant visa, those categories are also eligible for immigrant visa applicants. Again, you had to have that visa already approved. For example, if it's an IR1 or CR1, you got those visas typically for 6 months, and for some reason you were not able to come to the United States. Maybe you were stuck there because of COVID, maybe somebody was ill. You just have to renew that already approved immigrant visa. You also will be eligible for an interview waiver. You have to communicate with your embassy to be able to arrange for that. But remember, a lot of people are not able to travel and their visas expire and they have to go back in line. You won't have to do it even if you're an immigrant visa applicant. So hopefully this video clarifies who qualifies for an interview waiver. Most of you are asking those questions. If you're one of those people, make sure you take advantage of that and communicate directly with your embassy to arrange for that visa interview. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And if you need my help with any immigration situation, make sure you text me right here, 619-483-4549. I'm here for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.